This is the condition report video for 212 at 45 York Street in Richmond. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1-car space apartment located on the second level. Today is the 26th of June 2015 and my name is Zach Wilson and I will now talk you through the condition report. Looking here, we do have the back of the entry door. Now we'll see the paintwork is in great condition. There's no scuff marks or damages. The hinges running down the left hand side are all intact, and on the right hand side the lock and handle is also intact. Looking at the flooring, you'll see that the flooring is also intact. Now we've got square matte finished tiles. There is minor discoloration to the grout, but there's no cracks or damages to the tiles or the grout. Left hand side, we've got a small nib wall on entering. You'll see we've got light switch. The paintwork on this wall is also intact with no damages. Moving further to the left, we've got the second bedroom. As you can see, the second bedroom, we've got door is intact, handle attached, and hinges also intact. No scuff marks or damages. Looking at the carpet, we've got carpet which has been professionally steam cleaned. There's no rips, tears, burns, or damages either. To the right hand side, you'll see the right hand wall is also intact and there's no damages or scuff marks. The skirting boards are also intact as well. And directly in front, we've got this small little study nook area, which again is also intact. There's no damages to the paintwork or the skirting board. We then have mirrored sliding wardrobes, which are also intact. 2 mirrored sliding doors with aluminium frame, no damages. If we look inside, you'll see that we've got carpet on the flooring internally, which is also intact with no damages. And we then have the wall surface area internally and all cabinetry. We've then got one rail running along as well. And above that, we've also got the overhead shelf. Looking on the opposite side, it's also the same. Again, we've got carpet on the flooring, no damages, and no damages to the scuff marks or any of the wall surface area, one rail and overhead shelf as well. Then we've got the main wall in the bedroom. As you can see, the bedroom's all intact. You've got no damage to this paintwork. It is in great condition. You do have one pitch hook directly here in front of me in the middle. At the bottom, you've got 2 power points, which are also intact, and the skirting boards also. Directly then on the back of the entry door to the bedroom, you'll see that we've got one large window which takes up most of this wall. The wall surface area is all intact with no damages. The window, you've got one pane of frosted glass, you've got 2 panes of normal glass, a total of 3 panes of glass. The 2 windows at the top pop out. They're a little bit dirty, but that's on the exterior. You've then got a roller block out blind, which is white, also intact, chain attached. We'll then head in and take a look at the linen press or storage on the left hand side. You'll see that you've got very large cupboards, white laminate. You'll see that they're all intact. Shelving running from top to bottom is all intact, no damages. Directly behind me, you've got the European laundry. Again, this is all intact, concealed behind 2 very large white laminate doors. The laundry is all intact. There's no damages. The tiles run through. There's a couple of little scuff marks on the tiles, but no major damages. Directly above, you've got a couple of scuff marks on the wall here, as you can see. You've got a power point, a not a light switch, an exhaust fan switch. You've then got a tub, which as you can see is a tub. There's a couple of just little marks, but they're just age marks. And then you've got the chrome flick mixer tap, tiled splashback, which is white, intact, no cracks. You've then got at the bottom the storage unit underneath and waste pipe as well. We'll then head in and take a look at the main bathroom. Now the main bathroom is concealed behind a white wooden sliding door, which is all intact and there's no damages to this. On the left hand side, you've got a vanity unit which has a white square porcelain sink which is intact. You've got a chrome flick mixer tap. They're both clean. You've got undermount storage behind 2 cupboard doors which are both intact with handles attached. You've got directly above that an overhead cabinet, small wooden shelving unit at the bottom. Then you've got a mirrored opening cabinet at the top, as you can see, power point inside, and a mirrored door also intact. You've then got on the right hand side the white toilet with lid and seat attached. It's all clean, it's intact, and there's no damages. You've got 1 chrome toilet roll holder. You've got 3 hooks on the wall here, 1 very small one and 2 large chrome ones. The wall surface area other than that is intact with no damages. The floor tiles are all intact and there's no damages. There's minor discoloration to the grout but no cracks. You've then got the very large shower. You'll see the shower screens are both intact, 2 panes of glass, aluminium framed. As we then step inside the shower floor tiles are all clean and intact. There's no cracks or damages or discoloration to the grout. And you've then got white wall tiles which run horizontally. As you can see, they're all intact with no damages and clean. You've got a chrome flick mixer tap, a chrome and glass soap dish. You've got a chrome overhead shower rail with shower head attached. all clean and intact. I'll then move through and take a look at the kitchen. As you can see, left hand side you've got a kitchen wall area here. You'll see we've got 2 wall hooks, as you can see here, and 1 hole as well on the wall. Directly in front of me then we do have this small wall area. You've got light switches running along here and intercom system as well. Other than that, there's only 1 very small indentation. Looking at the kitchen, we've got, again, very large kitchen. We've got a contrast of gloss, white laminate cupboard doors and wooden laminate doors that are all intact with no damages. You've got Caesar stone bench tops, as you can see, which run along the island bench and then along the back as well. As you can see, there's no scuff or burn marks or discoloration to the Caesar stone. You've then got an Omega gas cooktop, which is 4 burner, 4 knob. It's gas, it's clean and it's intact. You've got an Omega oven as well, which is also clean and intact. Internally, there's a couple of age marks. Directly above that, you've got the Omega slide-out range hood, which is also clean and intact with no damages. You've then got a glass splashback running along as well, which is also clean and intact with no damages. You've got 2 power points as well. You've got some overhead hooks on the wall area, a total of 3, and some marking around this wall hook. You've then got a chrome square flick mixer tap. You've got a double stainless steel sink with plugs as well. There's a couple of age discoloration marks. Underneath, all cupboards are all intact. You'll see that we'll take a look inside all of them now. No damages and no items stored inside the cupboards. If we look overhead as well, you'll see that we've got nothing stored internally to these cupboards and they're all clean and intact. If we then turn around, we'll take a look at this pop-up shelf. Again, handles are all attached, no items stored internally, and if we look inside as well, we've also got no items stored. Looking at the drawers, you'll see that the drawers are all intact. We've just got the AC remote and 1 padlock, which could be used for the storage unit. You've then got my items, which are stored below, and then you've got some other items. This drawer is also free of any items. Heading back around the pantry is a pull-out pantry. You'll see this is all intact. Shelving's all intact with no damages, and you've got above also clean, intact. Fridge cavity is intact. You've got a power point directly in front of me, no damages to the wall area or the tiles either. Heading back around, we'll take a look at the lounge living area. Firstly, the carpet's all intact. It's been professionally steam cleaned and there's no rips, tears, burns or damages. On the left-hand side, you've got the very large wall surface area with heating and cooling unit fixed to it. It's a Daikin split system heating and cooling unit. It's clean and the filters are clean and the remote is included in the top drawer of the kitchen. Looking at the wall area, it's all intact. There's no scuff marks or damages. You've got 2 connection points at the bottom as well, and the skirting's running along, which are also intact. And then turn around to the right. Other opposing wall in the lounge living, you'll see that we've got 2 power points at the bottom, again all intact. Looking at the wall surface area though, we don't have any damages to this wall area. As you can see, the wall paint is also all intact. The skirting is also intact with no damages. We then have the wall area, which does consist of the window. You'll see a very large window, black aluminium frame, 3 panes of glass. It is a little bit dirty from the exterior, but internally it's clean. You've got a push-out window as well. You've got a sheer translucent blind, which is a roller blind, chain attached as well, no damages. We'll then take a look at the balcony door leading out to the balcony. You'll see we've got black aluminium frame, 2 panes of glass, one is the door and one is a fixed pane. You've got again a sheer blind overhead, which is also intact roller, and you've got chain attached down the right hand side. They're clean internally, but there is a little bit of external debris. Heading into the master bedroom, you'll see that we've got a white wooden sliding door. As you can see, the wooden door's all intact and no scuff marks or damages. Internally, as we go in, you'll see we've again got carpet, which is all intact with no damages. It's been professionally steam cleaned. On the right hand side, you've got the main wall in the bedroom. You'll see that this wall area is all intact. There are no scuff marks or damages to the wall, and you've got connection points at the very bottom as well, which are both intact. Looking over here, you've just got a little bit of movement in the skirting board, as you can see, just a little bit of paint cracking, but otherwise no damages. If we then turn directly around, you'll see the other wall, which does consist of the sliding door to the ensuite. Now you've got connection points at the bottom, no damages. You then do have one hook as well, which I'd like to draw your attention to, which is fixed onto the wall. Looking at the built-in robes, again, we've got 2 mirrored sliding doors. Both are intact, no damages, aluminium frame. Looking at the carpet below, you'll see the carpet's all intact with no damages. Internally, there's actually no scuff marks. You've got one rail which runs through, and you've also then got the overhead shelving as well. If we then turn back around, we'll take a look at the ensuite. Now the ensuite again has a white wooden sliding door. You'll see there aren't any scuff marks or damages to the door, and it's all intact. You've got a brushed aluminium handle. Internally, you've got the floor tiles, which are all intact. Look, there's a little bit of discoloration to the grout, but otherwise no cracks to the tiles. To the right hand side, you've got a white toilet with lid and seat attached. It's clean, no damages. You've then got one chrome toilet roll holder as well. The wall surface area around the toilet's all intact. There's no staining or damages. Moving around to the left, you'll see we've got the vanity unit. Again, this is clean, it's wall fixed, it's intact, there's no damages. Chrome flick mixer tap, small white square porcelain sink. You've then got the undermount cupboards, which are also intact, no damages, handles attached. You've then got a very small wooden shelf, and overhead you've got the opening in a cabinet door with a mirrored finish. Internally it's all intact and power points are attached. You've got some tiles on the wall here which are all intact, clean, no damages, which run through to the shower. 2 chrome towel rails again. You've got the shower, which does have an aluminium frame with 2 panes of glass leading into the shower. It's all intact. Looking directly below, you've got the shower floor tiles, which are also intact. Floor drain, again intact. Wall tiles in the shower, a little bit of discoloration to the grout, but otherwise no damages. You've got a chrome flick mixer tap, chrome and glass soap dish, chrome shower rail, which is fixed to the wall, and shower head also intact. Heading out to the left, you've just got 2 chrome hooks. We'll take a look at the balcony. Now the balcony is all intact. You'll see that we've got some exterior tiles though with a little bit of discoloration. It's just due to the exterior nature of this balcony. You've then got one Daikin exterior split system unit. You've got some aluminium powder coated screening again, which is also all intact with no damages. That does conclude the ingoing video condition report for 212 at 45 York Street in Richmond. If you do have any questions, please let us know.